Hey guys, this is the Credit Card Maestro. Today I wanted to talk to you about 4 ways that you can build your credit score very fast. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. We're all about travel hacks and really good financial tips. Let's get into the video. The most important step to building your credit score is to look at your credit report. You have to know where you are currently to know where you want to be. So you want to go to annualcreditreport.com. This you get for free once a year, and you get to look over your TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian credit reports, which are the 3 credit bureaus. You get to check these reports to see if there's anything wrong with your credit reports or anything that you maybe need to improve on. This is the first step you want to do. This is going to be your planning. The first thing you want to do before anything is you want to plan on areas that you can improve on. Again, you're going to look for any errors that may be on any of those 3 credit reports, and also look for ways that you can improve if you have any late payments, anything in collections, etc. So this is the very first step, the most important step. Don't go to any other step without doing this one first, okay? After looking at your report, the next thing you want to do, after you have everything you need to improve on, see if you have anything that's in collections that's not paid, that may be delinquent. You want to hurry up and pay those off, okay? Pay those off as quickly as you can. Just because you pay them off do not mean that they go away, but it will improve your score because it shows that you've paid them off, right? So that's a really crucial step. Make sure you pay anything you owe off. I know some people, they think, well, it's already in collection, so I might as well leave it there. That's a big reason why the scores won't improve over time, is because people have that thought. It's really important to always pay them back. Try to call them, set up an arrangement, and them, I mean the credit collection agencies, to set up payment arrangements if you need to pay those off if you can't pay them full that day. Call them to see if they can work with you, negotiate, see what they can do for you. That's really important. Pay those all off. They can be phone bills, any cars, any rent. It could be anything in those areas. So make sure you pay all those off. Definitely important to building your score fast. If you have credit cards, it is really important that you do not want to max your cards out. Unfortunately, some people do get their credit cards and they'll have, let's say, a $5,000 limit, and they will max it out. Maxing it out means spending $5,000. This is a big area on your credit report when they grade you monthly. So Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, when they give you a credit score on a monthly basis, which typically what it is, your credit utilization is a really big factor. Credit utilization means how much are you using versus how much that you have to use. So if you're using $5,000 and all you had to use was $5,000, that's a big no when they're looking at your report. Versus somebody who had $5,000 to use, but they managed to only use $1,000 or $500. That's a more positive result. Typically, a lot of people say to stay 30% or under. So if you have a credit limit of $1,000, you only want to spend $300. Me personally, I like to only do 20 to 10% utilization. The lower the number, the better your rating. Again, the average is 30%. But we want to have those great credit scores. We want to be in the 700 club. We want to be in even the 800 club one day. So you want to do better than 30%. So I advise you guys to do 20% to 15%, even 10% if you can. Don't leave more than 20% on your balance, okay? So if you have a credit card for $1,000, I am challenging you guys to only spend $200 and pay it off. Don't go anything more than $200. It'll keep you under 20% utilization, and you'll see your score improve drastically. The last tip that I have for you guys is to not open and close too many credit cards at the same time. If you're somebody who has credit cards, opens and closes them too often, they do put a lot of dings in your score. When you're opening cards, it looks like you are very needy to credit bureaus, and you are a high risk if you constantly open up cards. That's a big no. When you're closing cards, you're actually messing with your credit utilization because you are taking away money that you have used. Remember that fraction I gave you earlier of what you have to spend versus what you're actually using. The more you take away from that, it puts a dang on your score and messes with your credit utilization. So do not open and close too many credit cards at the same time. It's really important to maintain a long and healthy credit history. The more closing you do on cards, it actually takes that away. So if you close a credit card that you've had for 10 years, you're actually taking 10 years away from your report, your history. You don't want to do that. It's going to actually mess up your score in a big way, especially if you've had this card for a very long time. You want to kind of just keep it open, What I kind of do, if I have a card that I maybe may not like to use, for example, if it's my first credit card, I don't get any points on my first credit card, so I find it useless for me. But I do understand that that was my first credit card. I have the most history with that credit card. I'm going to keep it open. So I have Netflix. I keep a auto payment. So every month Netflix pulls their $11 and some change from that credit card just to keep a payment on it every month to see that I'm still using it. My credit utilization is very low and it's still open and it's giving me more and more experience. So if you have old cards, if you have new cards, try not to open and close them too much because it does mess you up. All right, everybody. So those are my tips on how to improve your credit score fast. Obviously, when you're looking at credit, it is not a race, it is a marathon. You want to really take your time. But these 4 ways are something that you can actually fix now. So go ahead and over to annualcreditreport.com. Like I said first, take care of that. See where you are. Make sure you're paying your bills on time. Make sure you're not going over 20% of your credit utilization. And make sure you're not opening and closing too many credit cards at the same time. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me on my Twitter or comment on this. Please like, share, and subscribe. A new video will be coming out at least once a week, sometimes even 2. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.